What was the exposition of The Great Gatsby?
The exposition of The Great Gatsby is the narrator Nick is coming back from World War I, and he's renting a home in West Egg, and with him is his cousin Daisy and her husband Tom, and they live around him. And next door to him is Jay Gatsby, who throws parties weekly, and he has illegal booze and substances, and everybody drinks them and gets drunk, and he throws these parties to get Daisy.
The rising action of The Great Gatsby would be Nick meeting up with Tom, and which falls into Tom letting Nick meet his mistress, which would be Myrtle. And another part of the rising action will be Gatsby inviting all these people to come to the parties that he has, which follows through with Gatsby, Nick, and Daisy having a meeting with each other.
The climax of The Great Gatsby is when Gatsby and Daisy were driving and they murdered Myrtle. And then Tom figured out about this and he went over to Wilson's house and he framed Gatsby for murdering her when it was actually Daisy. So Wilson got mad, and while Gatsby was in the swimming pool, he went up to him and shot him, and Gatsby died on the spot.
The following action of The Great Gatsby is, that would be Gatsby's funeral, because at his funeral, not a lot of people show up, and that's that towards the end of the story, we start to realize a few new things, like the fact that Gatsby doesn't really have friends, because throughout the story, people would go to his parties, and they would go different places, like pretending to be his friend. But in reality, he had no real friends because they used him pretty much for his parties and his wealth. Because at his funeral, nobody really showed up. His dad showed up, Nick showed up, and some of his servants. But other than that, nobody really showed up. So that's the following action of the book, because we start to see like the truth about Gatsby and the people around him. Well, the resolution of The Great Gatsby, at the very end, basically all the drama throughout the book, the affairs, just basically all the drama comes to like an abrupt end. Everything stops. Like, everybody thinks that the person who murdered Myrtle is dead, because they all believe that it was Gatsby. So when Gatsby was shot, they thought he was dead. Basically, that's the resolution, because all the drama comes to an end and there's no more affairs. People went their separate ways. Tom and Daisy left back, or they moved actually, and Nick went back home, and that's the end of the book.